Hello, this is Fuchsia Moon. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been sick and life has happened, but I'm back and today I would like to talk about altar tools and sacred objects, items that you use in your magic, and the different kinds of items you can have in terms of things that you make, things that you are gifted, things that you buy, or things that you find in nature. And things that you find in nature can actually be counted as a gift in that category because they are gifts from the god and goddess and from nature, Mother Nature. And so that's something that you're getting as a gift, but I thought I would keep it a separate category because mostly when people think of gifts, they think of birthday presents or something like that. So I guess I'm going to start with first things that you buy at the store. Here's an example of that. This is a bell that I bought. It has the triple moon sign on it. I use this in every circle that I cast. It's really important to me. To me, it signals when the circle is open, when the circle is cast. And I use it a lot. It's really special to me. And through my use of it in ritual, it has become a very sacred object and holds a lot of energy. So things with store-bought items, the thing with store-bought items is that often people say, no, you have to make all your tools, and no, you have to do everything naturally and traditionally, and I disagree with that in that I think you do have to make everything, but what I mean by that is you have to make everything yours. So if you get something, whether it's a gift or in a store, and you don't connect with it, and you don't use it, and you don't make it a part of your ritual, it's not going to be yours, and so it's not going to be something that you made. Not something you made yours. But if, like this bell, it's something you connect with, then it is something that's yours. It's something that you made special for you, and therefore it's something that, in my opinion, is completely welcome on your altar and is something that you should be happy to have as part of your spiritual practice. So next, I'm going to move on to things that you make. This is, I know it's not super pretty, and I know it's kind of like one of the boobs kind of came off, but this is a goddess representation that I made when I was a child, and I made this before I knew anything about being pagan or what paganism was. I was raised in a Catholic family, and I was making these little statues of women like this, and so this is one that I kept, and it just reminds me of my roots and how I have always been pagan whether I knew it or not. And so that's something that always stays on my altar to remind me of my history in my path, and it's a nice tie to my past. And so again, this is something that is meaningful, and so it's worthy, and it's, no one should tell you that because it's ugly or that it's not, it's not something that's, specific enough. It's just this kind of blob of clay. No one should tell you that that is not something that you can have on your altar, because you totally can. Here's another example of much later a goddess that I made for my altar. She was made out of Sculpey, and she's kind of like a little thing you just put on the altar. Yeah, I went through a period of making a lot of stuff with Sculpey, and so she's kind of based upon those ancient statues of goddesses that they've found from various cultures and civilizations, and so I just like to have her on my goddess side of my altar. Again, she's not as special to me as this one, but she is something that I made with my own hands and put my intention into, and so, it's special in that way. So I guess next I will go to the things that you find in nature. Now, the things you find in nature, in my opinion, are actually some of the most exciting finds, because that's what you're getting, I feel, directly from your deities, is things that you find in nature. And obviously when you collect things from nature, you're doing so in a very respectful and cognizant manner. So you're realizing, okay, what I'm taking, it's part of an ecosystem. I need to make sure to be careful. I need to feel that there's giving taking place. I need to know that this isn't something that I shouldn't be taking, both intellectually and spiritually, just to have that knowledge of, like, is this something I should be taking? Is this something I shouldn't? And so, for example, this deer antler was in the backyard of my old house when I moved there. And so I actually built an altar in the backyard, and I used this on that altar as my God representation because it was from the backyard and I just thought it was a beautiful thing. And then when I moved from Texas to Virginia, I took it with me, and it's still on my God side of my altar because it reminds me of my time there, and it's something that I feel that I got specifically from the God as a symbol of his presence in my life. So that is pretty cool. And then here's something else that I actually got in the same area. This is a sharp rock. I don't know that maybe it was sharpened by someone in the past, but it's a limestone. So I don't know if it was intended to be sharp by some Native American or something. Probably not, because I don't think it's the right kind of stone, but it's limestone. I've put this little kind of ribbon handle on it. And this is actually what I use as my athame. I find it to be really cool because it's kind of more rustic than a lot of the knives that you use for athames, and it works for me. You know, it feels more connected to nature for me. So, again, I mean, I'm sure you're getting the theme here that if it's meaningful, then it's good, you know? Same thing with gifts. This is actually something that I just got from my fiance's brother, and I don't actually talk to him all that much, and we don't have, like, a very close relationship. I don't know, we don't have a lot in common, but I do live in the same house as him. So we see each other and everything, but it was my birthday, and I wasn't expecting him to get me anything. But he got me this candle holder with a moon and a star on it that he picked out himself, and I was so touched by it, like, the fact that he knew that about me, that he knew that I was into that kind of thing, that I liked the moon and the stars and nature, and this is a very, I think, pagan-inspired candlestick, and I actually have a moon tattoo, fuchsia moon tattoo on my arm, so hence my name. So yeah, I just thought that really touched me, and so I have it on my altar. It's, you know, it's not something that is so deeply ingrained into my ritual practice yet, but it is something that I think is it's meaningful to me because it shows that people understand me and care about me, and that's special. So anyway, that's the thing with gifts from people, is it has to be something where it has meaning. And that's pretty much the thing with all this. And I'm not telling you, you know, it has to, like, this is what you have to do. But in order for me to feel personally like something should be on my altar, it's something that means something to me. And if something means something to you, then why not have it there? You know, it doesn't matter if it's some Mickey Mouse thing or some random, you know, I don't know, Breaking Bad thing. It doesn't matter. If it's something that you connect with spiritually and that means something to you, put it on your fucking altar. Nobody else needs to tell you what you should be doing, you know, with your altar. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I just hope that you are able to feel free to express your spirituality without worrying about what other people's altars look like. And blessed be everyone. Bye.